And welcome to another exciting episode of Can It Take a K26, the show where we take a variety of blasters and see if they can be upgraded using a K26 spring. I am your host, Captain Xavier, and today we're going to be looking at some of the newer Mega Blasters, because I have them and I am curious. Starting with the Talon. The Talon was released in 2019 as part of the Mega AccuStrike line. So it came with AccuStrike darts, but fairly certain it's just a reshelled Big Shock. But I want to know what it is capable of. So let's take a look at the stock performance. Alright, let's get those stock chronograph numbers. 55, 56, 57. What if we fired one more if we get 58? Who knows? I wonder if it just keeps climbing. Kinda doubt it. Anyway, fairly consistent. High 50s, mid 50s. Yeah. Alright. To the range! Let's see if we can hit anything with this AccuStrike blaster. Stock accuracy challenge. Can we hit the targets at 25 feet? Yes! Yes, we can. But apparently only the once. Twice! 2 out of 3. Not too bad. Alright. See if we can make it any better. So there you have it. Stock performance, kinda meh. The accuracy's there, but it really lacks in the range department. So I want to know if this thing can be upgraded with a K26, and if not, what do I have that I can upgrade it with? Well, it's not exactly a reshelled Big Shock. Here is a Big Shock. The internals anyway. It's square. That's weird. But it does look like, I don't know if that comes out. That might make it really easy to remove the AR. If that actually comes off of there, if it's not solvent welded in. Oh, I'm tempted. You, how very dare you. Okay. So the bottom is clipped on, which means it's probably either solvent welded or we're gonna bust clips. Looks like it isn't solvent welded. It's not solvent welded, okay. Let's just try not to break any of the clips. All right, that comes off easy enough. The head, of course, does not come off, but it does look nice and wide. I mean, we probably could get that off of there, but I am dubious. Okay, since that wasn't solvent welded, now I'm curious about this. It isn't. Oh, look at that. AR is out. Okay, well, I will forgive other impeculiarities in favor of that. The clip did get some stress fracture when I popped it off, but it is held in place by the back of the shell, so hopefully it'll hold. Alright, so the AR is out. That's nice. We could also take out the post, and then we'd be able to fire rival out of it, so I'm going to do that while I'm in here. Let's just reach in there with a pair of pliers. Pop it right out. I'm going to leave that. Yeah, I'm going to leave the supports are still kind of in there. The things that held this centered. And that'll keep from vacuum loading. Alright, so that is easier to modify than this, because this back part usually doesn't want, it is solvent welded on, so getting the AR out of one of these is a lot more difficult. The fact that it's clips on the bottom instead of screws, cost saving measure. I imagine they needed to, I guess they only wanted the screws here. Who knows? But it wasn't solvent welded on, so it popped off easy enough. And again, it'll be supported by the shell, so even if you break the tabs, it shouldn't be catastrophic. The real issue is going to be this plunger cap. I am fairly certain K26 is going to fit into that, so that is good. Nope, not gonna try that. Okay, so we are gonna take the spring off the side. You just get a pair of pliers. Pop one of the end flattened bits off, and then you can just twist it off. We'll do a little bit of damage, but it shouldn't do anything catastrophic. Okay, now we want to put on our K26. Yeah, see, it's only a little bit bigger, so it's definitely still going to be able to compress into that plunger head. It is a denser spring, so we're going to see if it will in fact work. I am going to go with the minimum amount, which I need to work out what exactly that is. So about that much. So for this first one, we're going to try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 coils. Now we thread this back on, and this is where it will do more damage to your post, but you can file that damage out if it is significant enough to be causing an issue. It often isn't. Just gotta work the spring back on there. Eventually it will get to the point where you just have to twist it. There we go. Okay, see if I made it long enough, or if we're gonna have that dreaded spring rattle. Exactly the right length, lovely. Will it catch? It will. Don't want to dry fire it because we took the AR out. All right, so K26 will fit, K26 will catch. Let's get this buttoned up, but first, a word from our sponsor.
Failure.
Oh yeah, still stealing words from his videos because he hasn't given me more words. But that's okay, he's a busy man. All right. All right, got it back together. Still catching, who knows how long that'll last. Let's get the new performance. Right, let's get those new numbers. 88. It bounced back. 76. 87. Oh yeah, it's an improvement. Seems to be catching just fine still so far. Who knows? Let's go see if I can still hit anything with it. We'll try this again, this time with the camera actually recording. Right, so we have the K26 Talon hitting in the low 80s, firing AccuStrike. Let's see if we can hit anything. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go for the slightly further back, smaller target. I hit the stand. Yeah, definitely truer, straighter, beautiful. This is now an excellent little shield breaker. Let's go talk about it. So, yes, definitely an improvement. Up to the low 80s, up from the mid 50s, so definitely improvement in FPS. Accuracy did not suffer when firing AccuStrike darts, which makes this, in my opinion, an excellent little shield buster at this point. I think it's an improvement over the Big Shock. The downside for me, of course, because I have big monkey hands, the handguard is just a scotch small for me. But, you know, they're made for kids, so, you know, I can't really hold that against them. I might take it off just so one, it would be easier to holster, but we'll see. I might just add some Velcro and just stick it to my vest. Who knows? We'll see. I like it. Definitely a good shield buster, a super zombie killer, given the range and the accuracy that it has with the better accurate darts. So, yeah, Very neat. Without the shell, it has kind of a Luger look about it with that squared upper section. The downside then is that both the cap on the bottom and the cap on the back are held in with clips rather than screwed or glued, and so without the shell, those will become potential points of failure unless you glued them in place, at which point you can't open it up to modify it anymore, though once you've got it modified, those might not really be necessary. But I think, if anything, I would take off this lower handguard and then paint the upper part to my colors. But I really like it. I like where they went with this. It's neat. All right, let's move on to our next contestant after these messages. All of the K26 used on this series was donated by Out of Darts. Check out his new website at outofdarts.com for all your Nerf modding needs. Our next contestant is, of course, the Megalodon. The Megalodon actually was released in 2019, and as part of the Mega line, it has a 20-round cylinder, is top prime, and I really like it. There's some neat upgrades that I've seen done for it, and I'll discuss later. For now, let's get those tasty, tasty stock numbers. Get the stock numbers on this thing. Megalodon, yes. Error, I missed. 55. 71. 72. 70. 72. 74. 72. 73. I think we have found the pattern. So yeah, low 70s. So that first one was an outlier. It's weird. All right, see if I can hit anything with this. Train! Lovely timing. All right, now we have the Megalodon here on the range, firing the darts that it came with, though I have arranged them so the whistles are all pointing in the same direction to see if that'll give us any kind of accuracy. This thing was getting 75 FPS, which was higher than the Talon, so we'll see what kind of accuracy we are getting. Mega is not known for its accuracy, but here we go. Yeah. Up, down. Aha! I didn't hit the target I was aiming at, but I hit a target. All right, enough of this. Well, I hit some stuff. All right. I'm going to try some AccuStrike Mega in it and see if that improves the accuracy as it should. Now with AccuStrike, let's see if we can hit the 25. We can. Oh, a little high. There we go. I don't know what happened with that one. What? 1 second. We try it again. There we go. 5 out of 5 when there weren't darts shoved in the back of them. So yeah, AccuStrike darts are more accurate. Who knew? All right, see if we can give this thing a bit more power. So stock, it's really not bad. I would like to get a little bit more power out of it so that I can fire the heavier, more accurate ammunition. The AccuFake and the AccuStrike darts are a little bit heavier, which is probably why they're so much more accurate, and so I'd like to get at least a little bit more power out of it. So let's see if this thing can take a K26. Alright, I'm in. Now, let's take a look at what we've got going on in here. Well, we've thrown a spring. It didn't go far. How to best go about this? Guess we're going to take it further apart. Hopefully I can put it back together. Well, that was fun. Alright, so it has a very long, skinny spring with quite a bit of pre-compression. The good news is that this does not use gears to achieve the mechanical advantage necessary to prime that heavy spring. It uses leverage. So we don't have to worry about gears breaking under the stress. Would just have to worry about this arm, but as you can see, it's fairly well reinforced on the backside. I haven't heard about anybody breaking one yet, so doesn't mean they haven't. Okay, so how long do we want it? Well, as per usual, I'm going to go pretty much the minimum to avoid spring rattle. Maybe a little extra. That stock spring is really long and not that much higher of a frequency or lower of a frequency. Like they're about the same. So this is a thicker spring though. All right. Definitely fits. Yep, no problem there. Made it a little bit longer than minimum, which is okay. We do have a little bit of pre-compression. Hopefully it will still get enough compression to catch. That will be the determining factor here. Okay, that's in. So that's our catch. It's a long catch with a, again, uses leverage to create the mechanical advantage necessary to get back on there. There we go. Uses a tension spring for the catch spring. That's interesting. All right, let's get the interior shell back on. Oh, wait. Well, we'll figure that out in a second, I guess. Do still need to put our plunger tube back in. Right, well, I got the shell back together. Everything seems to fit. Now I just need to button it up. But first, another stolen word from our sponsor.
Because
he will learn. All right, moment of truth. Well, it catches. Let's put some darts through it. All right. K26, 83, 85, 85, 85. Well, it's consistent. 83. Not that much of a difference. I thought the prime didn't feel that heavy. I could probably put considerably more K26 in here, but I'm not gonna, at least not right now. I mean, now it's getting about the same FPS as the Talon. Let's go see about the accuracy. Alright, we have the upgraded Megalodon, though it's not hugely upgraded. We're up to the low 80s, up from the low 70s, which is not bad. It's equal to the Talon, which was perfectly acceptable. We'll talk about what could be done and what has been done. Let's see. I've got a variety of ammo in here this time. I've got regular Mega, I've got the Accu Strikes, then I've got Buzzbee suction cups, and then I've got Accu Fakes. So we're going to see what works and what doesn't. Yeah. Oh, hey, I actually hit something. Hey! I hit the one further back. I hit the tree. Alright. Accu Strikes. Oh, that's right. They're not erratic. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Buzzbee. It almost stuck. It stuck for a second. I love it. Alright. Accu Strike. Or Fakes. the bounce. All right, so yeah, obviously the regular megas are fairly. All the other ones fly fairly good. Accu Strikes actually, I think, are the best. The Accu Fakes fly straight, but they're a lot heavier and slow down your velocity significantly. Those Busby's sticking. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right, let's go talk about this thing. So yeah, in my opinion, definitely an improvement. Not a huge performance improvement, up from the low mid-70s to the mid-80s, low mid-80s. Still accurate with Accu Fakes and Accu Strikes and Busby. Obviously still worthless with regular Mega, but that is kind of the joy of them. Obviously you could put more K26 in than I did. The length of that stock spring and the amount of pre-compression that it has would suggest that you could actually get a considerably longer section of K26. Sorry, I forgot to count the number of coils that I put in there. It was just over the minimum necessary. If you really want to see everything that can be done to this, check out MakeTest's Battles video on the Megalodon. They did the Elite upgrade and obviously did the K26. And they gave me a cameo that made me so happy when somebody linked me like, you're in a MakeTest battle video. I'm like, I'm in a what? So I went and I watched it and my cameo flashes on the screen and I absolutely plotzed. I geeked out because I was in a MakeTest battle video. And I've been watching their videos since before I had a channel. So that was pretty cool of me. I've got to get Justin out here to the makerspace when the plague ends. Should probably definitely visit him when I'm in Australia whenever that happens. Anyway. Yes, you can get more out of it, and it's a good idea if you're going to be doing the shotgun modification, because there is a shotgun cylinder you can get. It's rather expensive, or a really long print because of the size of it, but you then get a 3-round shotgun with 20 shots, which is very impressive, but you would want pretty much as much power as you could possibly get out of it at that point in order to get any kind of performance out of it, because firing 3 darts at once is a lot more than firing even a single Mega. If you're doing the single delete, you might even go with slightly less, because you don't have a whole lot of barrel to work with, and too much power makes elite darts kind of get a little wonky. Wherever you want. I decided I liked the amount that I put in there, and I don't want to upgrade it, because getting the low 80s gives me the performance that I want for what I would be using it for, and more importantly, I can still do this. Ha-ha! The spring load that I've gotten here, slam fire is still very much an option. It doesn't feel like you're going to break anything. You can still get it to catch every single time and rotate every single time. If you went to a heavier spring load, I think you would need to be a lot more deliberate in your prime to make sure that it caught and make sure that it rotated, and then slam fire wouldn't be quite as functional, I suspect. Now, there are some other mods that can be done with it. One of the local nerfers has actually created a pump grip kit for it, which still uses the leverage and all of that, which is a really cool looking mod. I'll put his video down in the description too. Very, very cool stuff. So I like this. All right, enough blather. Let's recap. All right, for those of you just tuning in or who just skipped to the end to see the results, you know who you are. That was a yes for the Talon and a yes for the Megalodon. No surprises in either case. This is basically just a reshelled Big Shock, though with some differences and improvements and possibly downgrades depending on your opinion, but it can take it. Got it up into the low 80s, still very accurate with Accu Strike darts. Lovely little pistol. This one I put pretty much the minimum amount in, and again got it up to the 80s, but that's only up from the 70s, so not a huge improvement, but enough to make the difference in my opinion when you're then using the more accurate darts. Accu Fakes and Accu Strikes are a lot heavier, and so you need just a little bit more power in order to get decent range to make your accuracy worth it. So both of these are now hitting at about the same level of accuracy. Very pleased with them. Don't know what other modifications I'm going to do this one. I don't think I'm going to do the shotgun. I already have one that has the elite cylinder. So what are you still doing in here? So kind of happy with it the way it is. There's a local guy who made a pump grip kit for it. One that I thought Mr. Nathan was working on, though I never saw if he finished it, which if he did, somebody send me the link. I'd love to see it. A lever action version. I think that would be neat if you had a little bit more up front and a stock on it so that you could actually have a lever action. I think that would actually be a really cool modification, and it shouldn't be that much more difficult. It would just be a matter of adding a bar onto here. Love to see that. If that's been done, let me know. Anyway, yeah, that was fun. That was I'm liking the way the range is working with these videos now, because that really works out really well. Let me know what you would like to see for episode 101. Episode 100, I already know what I'm going to be doing. It is going to be silly. It's going to be some wild and crazy stuff. We're going to see how much stuff I can break. And then 101, we'll go back to doing serious ones. There is an X-Shot one that's got a whole bunch of attachments. I have it. People keep recommending it. That will probably be on there. I need one to go along with that. Preferably another X-Shot blaster that I haven't done yet. So give me recommendations down in the comments. Comments obviously always help. Likes always help. Share, subscribe. You know how to support a channel. Anyway, thank you for watching.